All right, so Game 3, Devante is going to be raucous up in Montreal at the Bell Center. It's probably going to be a great atmosphere. Montreal probably has some confidence. Those young kids probably have some confidence based on how they've played, especially in the third period of games 1 and 2. What are you seeing? What do you think the big key for Washington is in Game 3 on the road?
Well, the atmosphere in the Bell Center is it's unlike any arena ever. So that first 10 minutes is going to be super important. Even if guys have played playoff games in the past, that first 10 minutes in the Bell Center is going to be probably a shock to a lot of guys. It's extremely loud. The building shakes right from the start. So yeah, I think it'll be important for the first 10 minutes to kind of weather that storm. And as loud as rowdy as that crowd gets, they also aren't very patient. So if you have a good first 10 minutes and don't let the crowd kind of get into it and get the team excited, you can kind of use the crowd against that team. So I think the start will be super important. If you have a good first 10 minutes, the crowd will start feeling it, and I think the pressure will kind of shift to your team.
Joined by Devante Smith-Pelly, Caps analyst on Monumental Sports Network. So last night, the Caps out-hit Montreal by 7. Talk about what it's like going through a series when you're facing a team like the Caps. It's big and physical and hits a lot. Like the toll that it takes on you and your teammates when those guys are just constantly coming at you in waves throughout the series. How does that take an effect on you and your body going through each series with a team like the Caps?
Yeah, it takes a massive toll, obviously, physically with, bumps and bruises. But, I'll give an example. I think later in the third period, Lane Hudson, who's a young kid, really good defenseman, he's been going back and getting pucks all night. And, he loves to have the puck. And he kept going back and getting hit and getting hit and getting hit. And then late in the third period, he looked over his shoulder and he saw Tom Wilson, and he just decided, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm over it. So it takes a toll physically, but mentally, especially for a younger team, how much are they willing to just keep dealing with that? How much are they willing to, every single time they go back and get the puck, do they have to look over their shoulder and they're getting hit? It doesn't have to be, the hardest hit ever, but it's every single time you're on the ice. And eventually, like last night, you'll see guys just start to, I don't want to do that anymore, and that's how you create turnovers, and that's how you create scoring chances. So it's extremely important. You might not see the effects of the forecheck and the hitting every single night or for every single guy, but I guarantee you majority of guys, eventually they look up and they say, I don't want to do that anymore, and it takes away the scoring chance.
How were you feeling last night when they pulled Montreal and it was 6-on-5 and they were getting some really good shots, and Logan was making unbelievable saves there, deflections, and I was in bed, but I was on the edge of my bed. Devante, believe me, I thought they were going to score there. How are you feeling with all those good shots they were getting off?
Yeah, I think, Logan was kind of in that zone where, for me personally, it didn't seem like they were going to score. On 6-on-5, the other team's going to get a couple chances. I thought the Caps did a good job of at least making it tougher. The game before, towards the end, I didn't think they did a great job at defending and getting the puck out, but there's a lot of sacrifice of the body and things like that. But the way Logan was playing it looked like he was going to keep the door shut, and obviously he did.